Hi everyone, this is Joy. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is for Kraftgali and I'm using From the Vault Winter Joy stamp set from Hero Arts. Everything that I've used for this project is listed and linked below and also on my blog. Now to get started, I have die cut from the square grid window Slimline die from Kraftgali, and I've used the largest die, and it has a little stitching around the edge which I thought would be perfect for this card. I'm taking that piece that I die cut. I'm going to be doing some ink blending with some Distress Oxide inks. I am starting with Tumbled glass, and this is the bottom portion of my card, so I want this whole card to feel very snowy and wintry. Now I am coming in with Salty Ocean, then I will do Blueprint Sketch next, and I'm using some Tailored Expressions blender brushes. Then I'm going to finish off with Chipped Sapphire. My ink is a little bit dry here. I definitely need to add my re-inkers to this, and then it'll be much easier to blend when the pad is nice and juicy. So here's the Chipped Sapphire at the top, and I'm just getting a nice blend. These are easy colors to blend between each other, so this is not a hard background to blend. Once that's done, then I'm going to take a distress sprayer and spritz it a little bit and take a paper towel and just wipe off the excess water. That gives it the nice reaction that Distress Oxide inks give, and it kind of looks like snow in the background. Now in my Misty, I have a piece of white cardstock and I'm stamping my images from the Hero Arts stamp set with a Copic friendly ink. This is Lawn Fawn's Jet Black ink. And now I'm going to do some Copic coloring. The red colors that I'm using are R24, which is this base color that I'm laying down. Then I'm going to come in with the R39, which is the darker. I'm going to lay down some shadows. And then R37 to kind of blend that down further. And then coming back in with the R24 to blend it all out. So I did that on the sleigh, Santa's shirt, his hat. I'm just doing some red on the harnesses for the reindeer and on that front door. I'm using C1 for the sleigh, bottom part of the sleigh. Then I'm coming in with some greens for the bag, and it looks like he is wearing a blanket, so he's nice and cozy. The greens that I'm using are YG25, that's the light green, then G07 and G09. I came in with a little bit of E30 for Santa's face. And then I'm using E30, 35, and 57. These are the browns that I'm using for the reindeer. And I'm also going to use that same color on the house. I'm trying to keep the colors pretty simple, not too many of them, just a few color groups just to come in and make this a really simple, easy coloring card. I love this Santa in his sleigh delivering Christmas gifts over this really cute little house that we have here at the bottom. So just doing the same type of coloring. I took that E57, I believe, for the antlers of the reindeer. Now this little house, you could have it done in white because it does kind of look like snow is on top of it, but I'm doing something else that looks like snow, so I just made a black roof, and I'm using C4, 6, and 8. These are gray colors, cool gray colors. That makes a great black looking roof without using black. I added red to the chimney and a little bit of the C4, I believe, for the smoke coming out of the chimney. The browns for this house again are E30, 35, and 57. And I'm just blending that out, and I'm adding a little bit of Y11 to the stars and the windows, coming in with a little bit of BG10 for some snow. Now here is the coordinating dies, and I'm going to tape this down with some Scotch removable tape and run that through my die cut machine. And then once that's done, you just pop this out and they're ready to go. Now I'm taking Pine Needles Distress Oxide ink and taking this to Tim Holtz. I'll have it linked below, but this is a nice tree line border and a little bit of black soot at the top and kind of over it to soften that green. I'm going to stamp that down, and then we've got this great tree line. Now I have my house kind of laid in place, and I'm coming in with a white gel pen, and I want to give the illusion of some little like snow going on this. This also could work if you wanted it to look like if it was ice. So I'm just adding little squiggly lines everywhere, and I am going to make like a little path from the door that looks like people walked somewhere in this beautiful winter wonderland. And I'm just lining up my house with that, adding a few of these little images. Once that's done, then we can start adhering this card. So I'm going to take a little bit of my tape runner. Isn't that cute? Didn't that turn out great? A little bit of my tape runner behind my image and laying that down, and then some foam tape behind the top image. I'm not going to stamp the sentiment yet because we're going to spritz this with a bunch of shiny, shimmery stuff to make it look like it's snowing over the Santa Claus and on top of the house. So I have my little mister here, and I have some Perfect Pearls and water mixture. So I spritz that over the whole thing, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it just gives the whole background a nice shimmer. I'm going to take my heat tool to it and just dry it a little bit before I add the next thing, which is from Ranger. It's the Dylusions White Linen Shimmer Spray, and this will kind of mist everywhere and also give big drops. This is what will look like snow, and it wasn't spraying at first, so I had to get that going. And I have a couple big drops on Santa and on the house, and I just dabbed that up just a little bit with a dry paper towel. But this looks like snow is everywhere, and I don't think you could see all the fine mist, but up close there you can see that. So it looks like it's on the Santa and on the house. I'm going to dry that, make sure that's completely dry before we do the sentiment, which is heat embossing. So it's completely dry. I have it in my MISTI. I am prepping it with a powder tool using the Ranger ink gray tinted embossing ink. I inked it up twice, actually I inked it up 3 times to make sure I get a good crisp image. I am using some gold embossing powder from Ranger and heating that through until it's nice and melted. And you know it's melted when it's very shiny. And now you can see all of the snow that has fallen down. And doesn't that look so pretty? It looks like a really snowy Christmas night. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope that you feel inspired. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, comment, share, and I do have some affiliate links below. It costs you nothing to use, but it helps me, so thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.